stood where the shoreline meets the early light, that thin, pale moment before the world begins to move. The sky opens slowly, stretching quiet colors across the water, almost cautious, as if revealing something it had guarded overnight. I watched the horizon shift and settle, and somehow in its steady distance I felt you more than I expected. Not as pain, not as longing, but as a presence that hasn't learned how to fade. Some echoes stay, not because they cling, but because the heart still listens without meaning to. And the horizon still remembers you in the way it holds the light, in the calm before the waves rise again into sight. If someday you feel this distant pull for reasons you can't trace, know the horizon kept your memory in its quiet open space. Oh, the wind shifted, carrying with it a scent of salt and something older, something familiar that made the morning feel like a place you once stood. A ghost circled overhead, its wings cutting slow arcs across the sky, and I found myself following its path as if it might lead me back to where your voice used to linger. There are moments the world moves exactly the way you left it, and those moments are the ones that stay. I don't hold on to what we were, but I don't close the parts of me you left open. The horizon still remembers you in the way it holds the light, in the calm before the waves rise again into sight. If someday you feel this distant pull for reasons you can't trace, know the horizon kept your memory in its quiet open space. Maybe you're walking streets washed in a different morning under a sky that never meets this sea. But if a moment comes when the light feels strangely familiar, like it's leaning toward a memory, don't ignore it. It may be this horizon reaching for you across the distance, because the horizon still remembers you even when you don't remember this place. And if the world ever guides you back toward the edge of this quiet bay, you'll find I never tried to fade your memory, only learn to let it stay. I walked along the water's edge, heard the day was slowly waking, the waves were small, almost whispering like they didn't want to disturb the quiet you left. The sky softened in the shades you always loved, that pale blue you said felt like breathing again. And as the tide crept in, touching the shore in gentle intervals, I felt something like your memory rest against my feet. I've learned that some reminders don't hurt, they just speak softly enough to stay. And the ocean knows I miss you, even when I don't say a word. It carries what I can't hold in places you once stirred. Someday you'll feel a pull, something warm and true. It might just be the ocean telling you I miss you. I found a tide pool still and clear. The world paused inside it. A small reflection of sky and sea held steady for just a moment. It reminded me of the way you used to listen, fully, quietly, like nothing else existed for those minutes. And maybe that's why the shoreline feels safe, like a place where love still returns in pieces. I don't chase what left me, but I don't close its door. Some hearts stay open for the right kind of memory. And the ocean knows I miss you, even when I don't say a word. It carries what I can't hold in places you once stirred. If someday you feel a pull to something warm and true, it might just be the ocean telling you I miss you. Maybe your journey leads you far beyond the blue I stand beside. And maybe your path is different than the one we dreamt together. But the ocean's voice is patient, and it travels longer distance than I ever could. If it finds you, you'll hear it softly, like a memory becoming real again. And the ocean knows I miss you more calmly than I do. It carries every quiet thought across horizons I can't reach to. So if the waves guide your heart back to where ours once grew, you'll find me here, still gentle, still steady. And the ocean whispering how much I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. The wind moves across the water, quiet, steady, as if it remembers something I've been trying not to forget. I close my eyes, let it brush past my face. A small reminder that distance doesn't erase everything. It only changes how it reaches me. Some memories trees don't disappear, they drift between the tide and the sky. I don't ask for signs, but they arrive in ways that feel almost intentional. And the wind still carries you through the hush of the rising waves, a faint echo, a trace that proves that time doesn't always take. If someday you hear the breeze pulling at your heart like it used to do, you'll know it's me out here in the wind, still carrying you. The sky turns pale as the day folds into the edge of the sea. Colors shift like they're trying to match the memory of your voice. I walk the place where water meets earth, the spot you love, where your thoughts felt clearer than anywhere else. The waves rise and fall, repeating your rhythm like they're preparing for your footsteps to return. Some hearts stay connected even when roads move in opposite directions. And the wind still carries you through the hush of the rising waves, a faint echo, a trace that proves that time doesn't always take. If someday you hear the breeze pulling at your heart like it used to do, you'll know it's me out here in the wind, still carrying you. Maybe you're beneath the sky that never touches this coast, walking roads I'll never see, searching for pieces of your own tomorrow. But if the air shifts in a way that feels familiar, if something moves inside you like a pull you can't explain, follow it. It may lead you back to where your story first found mine. Because the wind still carries you across the blue, across the years. It brings what I can't speak to places you once held me. And if your steps ever turn toward the shore, you'll find I was always here in the wind, still carrying you. Still carrying I walked along the edge where the tide leaves thin silver threads across the sand. Each line shimmered like a map of somewhere you once passed through. A trail the water never forgot. The morning breeze carried a faint chill, but it wasn't empty. It felt like a message half formed, searching for the right heart to reach. And somehow it always finds mine first. Not everything lost is gone. Some things drift until the right moment to return. And the water knows where you've been, in the pull and the release, and the patterns waves repeat. Even miles away you leave traces in the tide, like footprints that refuse to fade. If one day you walk these shores again, you'll see the water always knew where you've been. A small shell was resting in the sand crack, but still somehow shining. I picked it up, turned it in my hand, and thought of how some things survive even when time breaks them open. The horizon loosened its color into the wave, a soft streak of muted blue turn, but I don't erase the path that leads here. And the water knows where you've been, in the pool, in the release, in the patterns, waves repeat. Even miles away, you leave traces in the tide, like footprints that refuse to fade. If one day you walk these shores again, you'll see the water always knew where you've been. Maybe you've wandered far beyond the sound of this coastline, found a quieter sky, a different rhythm somewhere else. But if the day arrives when the wind feels familiar and something inside you shifts without explanation, follow it. The sea has a way of calling back what it never learned to forget. Because the water knows where you've been and holds your memory in its sway. If you ever step into this tide again, you'll find the ocean never turned away. And even if your journey keeps you far from where I stand, the water still carries where you've been. The night settled across the water, a white dark mirror holding everything I haven't said aloud. Love is slowly over the tide, drawing faint paths across the waves like directions meant for someone still far from here. I stood at the edge, letting the salt air touch my breath, almost like it was asking why I return when you don't. But the sea already knows some promises are made without speaking and kept without trying. And the night sea knows I stay, knows the reason I don't stray. Every wave that folds and fades carries your name across the bay. If the dark ever calls you back through the quiet, through the rain, you'll see the night sea knew I stay. Your shadow still lingers in corners of this coastline, not heavy, not painful, just present in the way memory settles without asking. I walk the rocks where you once stood, your laughter still rises between the stone and the surf, not loudly, just enough to remind me I haven't forgotten how your voice felt beside mine. I don't mark the days, I don't count the distance, I'm waiting as quiet as that. And the night sea knows I stay, knows the reason I don't stray. Every wave that folds and fades carries your name across the bay. If the dark ever calls you back through the quiet, through the rain, you'll see the night sea knew I stay. You might be walking streets I'll never see, under skies that never touch this water. But if something inside you feels the pull of where you once belonged, it's not memory, it's not longing, it's the tide tracing its way toward you. And the night sea knows I stay, even when you couldn't. It holds every unspoken word awoke, the water was calm, almost holding its breath, as if it sensed I wasn't ready to break the silence yet. The sand felt cold beneath my steps, but familiar in the way places remember those who return. Even after seasons shift, I listen for something small, a trace of you carried across the horizon, hidden in the foam. Some echoes don't fade, they just grow quieter until the heart learns how to hear them. In the tide moves like your memory, steady, unhurried, certain in its pull. It reaches me even now in waves I don't control. If you ever feel the water calling from a distance you can't name, know it's me here on the shore, still moving with your memories tight.
Clouds drifted low across the water, soft shadows falling in slow patterns where we once stood, feet half buried in evenings. And I tried not to hold the past too tightly, but some moments return without permission. A flicker of laughter, a glance the way your hands rested in the pockets of your coat while the wind pulled at your hair.
The smallest details outlast distance more than anyone expects. I don't wait for certainty, only for the quiet that lets me remember without breaking in. The tide moves like your memory, steady, unhurried, certain in its pull. It reaches me even now in waves I don't control. If you ever feel the water calling from a distance you can't name, know it's me here on the shore, still moving with your memories tight. Maybe you're walking somewhere inland, far from the sound of the coastline, but if a moment ever settles over you like a breath you didn't expect, a familiar pull towards something unfinished, follow it, it might lead you back to waves that still know your name. Because the tide moves like your memory, returning without needing to ask. And if your heart ever listens through the quiet of a distant night, you'll find I've been here the whole time, letting the tide bring pieces of you back. Back.
The morning mist sat quiet on the water, soft enough to blur where the ocean ends and memory begins. I stood there, letting the breeze brush past my hands, the way your touch used to, almost shy, almost certain. Every ripple looked like a message, half written, half lost, trying to make its way back to me. I don't ask to see for promises, but it carries little truths you left behind. And I wonder where the waves might lead you, if they ever guide you home. Though the distance grows its branches, you're never truly gone. If someday the tides grow gentle and pull your footsteps through the blue, I'll be standing in the quiet, right where the waves might lead you. you. I traced a line along the shoreline just to see how far the water would reach tonight. It touched my feet like a memory, recognizing who I used to be when you were still beside me. I don't hold to the past too tightly, but some moments return in softer shades, as if they never learned to leave. Love doesn't vanish, it just changes shape like water, finding its way into everything. And I wonder where the waves might lead you, if they ever guide you home. Though the distance grows its branches, you're never truly gone. If someday the tides grow gentle and pull your footsteps through the blue, I'll be standing in the quiet, right where the waves might lead you. Maybe you're walking a different shore, under a sky I'll never see. Maybe you're learning what the world withheld when we were side by side. But if your heart ever drifts and listens to the sound of where it once belonged, the sea knows how to whisper the way back. So I wonder where the waves might lead you. Maybe here, maybe far, but if your path returns someday, I'll know it by the echo of who you are. Until then, I'll stay gentle like the water you once moved through, waiting softly at the shoreline where the waves might lead you.
I walked a long stretch where the coastline bends. The tide was rising slowly, marking time in its own way. The sky held a faint glow, the kind that doesn't promise anything certain, but still makes you stop and breathe a little deeper. I watched the waves gather at my feet like they were carrying unfinished words meant for you. And for a moment, the world felt almost familiar again. I don't chase the past, but I don't close its door either. So I keep the coastline open in case your path turns back this way, where the water carries echoes of things we never learned to say. If the wind ever reminds you of the place your heart once knew, you'll find the coastline open, still holding room for you. Your eyes, their coastline open, still holding room for you. I traced your footprints from the last evening, though they've blurred under months of salt and rain. Still, I knew exactly where they used to lead. The ocean moves steadily, not asking, not answering, just continuing as if it understood what waiting means. I stood there, letting the world move through its cycles while I stayed exactly where you left me. Not stuck, just choosing to stay a little longer. Some hearts aren't trying to return, they're simply learning where they belong. So I keep the coastline open in case your path turns back this way, where the water carries echoes of things we never learned to say. If the wind ever reminds you of the place your heart once knew, you'll find the coastline open, still holding following currents that your life needed more than mine. Maybe the distance is teaching you something I couldn't, and that's alright. Not every love is meant to stay close while it grows. But if something inside you starts to drift, if something feels unsettled, let the waves guide you back to where your name still feels clear. Keep the coastline open, not as a promise, but as a place where your memory breathes quietly in the space you left behind. And if the tides ever lead you home through all the blue, you'll find I never closed the coastline of you. The morning tide rolled in with a different shade of blue. But even in its shifting color, I could still find you.
The sunlight touched the water in thin, trembling lines, and for a moment I felt the world try to show me something. A reminder or a memory I hadn't spoken aloud in months. I took a step forward, the sand gave way.
Slowly, as if guiding me back to the place where your shadow once fell beside mine. Time keeps moving, but it doesn't erase. It only rearranges what the heart chooses to keep. And the ocean turns, but you remain in the pull of the waves, in the quiet refrain. Every rise, every fall carries a trace of your name. If one day the tide calls you home, through distance, through changing days, you'll find that the ocean turns, but you still remain. I go past overhead, its cry faded quickly into the wide horizon, and somehow it reminded me of the way your laughter used to echo before dissolving into the wind. Not lost, just further away than before. I reached down, picked up a small stone, rounded smooth by years of water, and thought how everything in the sea touches learns to soften without breaking. Maybe that's what happened to me when you left. I don't wait the way I once did, but I keep a quiet space where you can fit if you ever return. And the ocean turns, but you will remain in the pull of the waves, in the quiet refrain. Every rise, every fall carries a trace of your name. If one day the tide calls you home, through distance, through changing days, you'll find that the ocean turns, but you still remain. Maybe you're walking along some distant water, learning the shape of a new horizon. Maybe your heart found rest in another harbor where the wind feels kinder. But if a moment comes and something familiar stirs within you, a pull you can't place, a rhythm you recognize, it might be this ocean reaching for you again. Because the ocean turns, but you remain, never fade and never go, held within a tide that carries every memory we built upon. And if your steps ever drift back to this quiet bay, you'll see the ocean change, but you still remain. 'Cause the ocean turns, but you remain, never fade and never go, held within a tide that carries every memory we built upon. And if your steps ever drift back to this quiet bay, you'll see the ocean change, but you still remain. 'Cause the ocean turns, but you remain, never fade and never go, held within a tide that carries every memory we built upon. And if your steps ever drift back to this quiet bay, you'll see the ocean change, but you still remain. walked along the faint line where day slips quietly into the arms of an untouched evening. The wind drifted slow across the open fields, not loud, not pleading, just moving with the calm certainty of something that's been here long before me. I paused, let the air settle on my shoulders, and in that stillness I felt your silence press against mine. Not echoing, not haunting, simply present in the spaces you used to fill. Some traces remain, not out of longing, but because the world refuses to forget too quickly. And the air still carries your silence in the hush between each breath, in the way the evening folds into the fading of the west. If someday a quiet moment pulls your thoughts somewhere unseen, oh, the air has held your silence longer than you've been gone from me. A thin line of gold blinded before sinking deeply into blue. I watched it vanish the way certain memories disappear, only to return more clearly when the world grows dim. A distant echo of footsteps crossed my mind. Was you once left in places where I still stand, alone now, but not empty. There are fragments of us scattered through this quiet, and I gather them without meaning to. I don't chase the past, I only acknowledge the parts of it that still breathe. And the air still carries your silence in the hush between each breath, in the way the evening folds into the fading of the west. If someday a quiet moment pulls your thoughts somewhere unseen, oh, the air has held your silence longer than you've been gone from me. You may be drifting through a world that no longer touches mine. You may have found a rhythm that steadies your steps far from this place, but if the wind ever grazes your skin in a way that feels familiar, a brief pull, a fragile memory you can't name, follow it slowly. It may be the trace you once left on this air, calling you without sound. Because the air still carries your silence, and it's unseen, endless way. And if your path ever bends back toward the quiet of this fading day, you'll find I never tried to hold you, only learned how to stay in the air that remember your silence. In the air that remembers your silence.
I walk the path where the evening bends and the world slows lines tonight. For memory, does I fear who did go? The sky carried a muted glow, coasting low across the horizon, like a thought I hadn't touched in far too long. And in that dim, uncertain light, I felt something familiar. Not your voice, not your presence, just a faint outline of everything you once left behind. Some shadows stay long after the maker is gone. And even the quiet holds a shadow in the corners where the day pulls back. In the stillness between heartbeats where nothing breaks and nothing comes back. If someday you stumble into silence and feel a pull you can't follow, it might be the quiet here, still holding your shadow. The wind moves slowly over the open field, dragging traces of forgotten seasons through the grass. I watched each blade bend and straighten like a breath that refuses to end. There was no reason to remember you tonight, but the world has its own way of choosing moments to remain. Not painfully, not sharply, only with the weight of something unfinished. I don't chase what faded, but I don't close the door to what remains. And even the quiet holds a shadow in the corners where the day pulls back. In the stillness between heartbeats where nothing breaks and nothing comes back. Oh, if someday you stumble into silence and feel a pull you can't follow, it might be the quiet here, still holding your shadow. You might be far beyond the reach of anything that remembers me. You might have shed our days like a worn layer. You no longer need it. But if a moment arrives when the night feels heavier than it should, and the world around you seems to echo something unnamed, let it guide you. It may be the trace you forgot you left right here. 'Cause even the quiet holds a shadow in the way the air still bends. In the places you once touched without meaning to and never meant to end. And if your steps ever drift toward the silence you once knew you'd find, I never kept your shadow, it simply just stay with me. I walk the same old path we used to take at night. The street lamps flickered softly like they remembered how we used to speak without speaking. I paused by the bench where you laughed at something small, and I realized those quiet moments never really left. They just live here now instead of with you. I don't replay our ending. There's nothing left to fix. Some stories fade gently, even when the heart still holds the pages. I don't need a promise or a single word from you. Some love stays open, even when the door closes softly. I'll be here if you return, not waiting with questions, not holding my breath. Just hear the way warmth stays after someone steps away. has to leave the window cracked just enough to feel the night air move. It reminds me that things can leave and still be gentle. There's a mug on the counter, yours though you didn't take it. You would laugh if you knew how carefully I avoid moving it. This isn't longing, it's something softer, a quiet acceptance that you're out there learning things life didn't teach you beside me. And I hope wherever you go, kindness meets you first and brings you back. Only if your heart leans that way. I'll be here if you return. Not waiting with questions, not holding my breath, just hear the way warm stays after someone steps away. I'll be here if you return. No pressure, no regret, just a place you're tired so can rest. And if you never come back, that's alright too. I'll simply be here if you return. Maybe someday you'll remember the softness you left behind. Maybe someday your steps will find their way back through this quiet door. Or maybe not, and both answers are okay. I'll be here if you return, with a steady heart and an open room. No demands, no expectations, just a gentle truth waiting where you left it. I'll be here if you return, and even if you don't, this warmth will still be yours.
The tide pulls back, soft and certain, leaving lines of foam, like quiet promises you never meant to make. I watch the water breathe in slow rhythms, waves folding into themselves like they're thinking of returning. And suddenly I see you in every rise and fall, a familiar ache that doesn't hurt so much as linger. Maybe love is a tide we don't control. Maybe leaving is just part of coming back. So I wait like the shore for you, knowing in the sea always finds its way through. Even if the winds carry you far, even if the nights hide where you are, if your heart drifts, I'll stay true. I wait like the shore for you. I walk the coastline where we left footprints, half washed but not forgotten, carried forward by water that remembers more than we do. And when the sun sinks low, the waves grow braver, reaching up the sand, as if trying to speak in the only language they know. It reminds me that love doesn't vanish, it returns in quieter forms. Maybe distance is just the space where longing learns to breathe. So I wait like the shore for you, knowing the sea always finds its way through. Even if the winds carry you far, even if the nights hide where you are, if your heart drifts, I'll shore for you. The moon pulls the ocean gently, patiently, the way hope pulls me toward your memory. I don't rush, I don't chase, I simply stay where love left its name. So I wait like the shore for you, with the same soft faith the tide always knew. If someday your waves come rolling home, you'll find me standing still and whole. Until then, in every blue I'll wait like the shore for you. The waves rolling, touching the sand, as if they're checking whether I'm still here. I stand where we once stood, feeling the same breeze that carried your voice across the shoreline. Nothing has changed, yet everything is since the day your footsteps faded into the water's edge, but the ocean still moves like it knows your name. Some goodbyes aren't final, they just echo until the heart learns how to listen. Every tide remembers you, in the pool, in the hush, in the silver morning blue. Even if you wander far, even if distance wraps your heart in stars, if the current shift and guide you through, I'll be here. 'Cause every tide remembers you. Yeah. I trace the coastline where our laughter lived, soft marks, barely visible, but real enough for me. The sea foam gathers like a whisper, trying to tell me you're not gone, just somewhere the waves have not returned from yet. And I believe it, not out of the hope, but out of the way the water keeps coming back, no matter how far it goes. Maybe leaving isn't losing, maybe it's just another shape of loving. Every tide remembers you, in the pool, in the hush, in the silver morning blue. Even if you wander far, even if distance wraps your heart in stars, if the current shift and guide you through, I'll be here. 'Cause every tide remembers you. Oh, I don't ask the moon for signs, but it paints the horizon gold as if it knows someone I love is finding their way through the dark. The ocean waits in its own language, and I guess I learned it too. Every tide remembers you and carries your shadow in shades of blue. If someday along the shoreline, where the morning feels thin. The air was soft, almost fragile, like the world afraid to wake without you. The waves moved slowly as if they knew someone I loved had drifted far, and they didn't want to disturb the quiet you left behind. I whispered something into the wind, not expecting an answer, just needing the sound to leave my chest. Distance is an absence, not when the heart still knows where to look, and the sea still says your name. In every rise, in every fall, it carries what I can't let go. Across an endless blue wall, if time leads you back someday, I'll be waiting in the same old place. But even if you never come, the sea still says your name. I found a small shell, half buried in sand, the kind you used to collect when the world felt lighter for both of us. I held it carefully, like holding something that remembers joy better than I do. The horizon shimmered, blurring into sky, and I thought maybe that's how love returns. Now lightly, not suddenly, but quietly, through things that survive the tide. Not all memories ache, some simply stand soft and patient when everything else moves on, and the sea still says your name. In every rise, in every fall, it carries what I can't let go. Across an endless blue wall, oh, if time leads you back someday, I'll be waiting in the same old place. But even if you never come, the sea still says your name. Maybe you're walking some distant shore, breathing a wind I'll never feel. Maybe you've forgotten the sound of home, or maybe it's guiding you still. Either way, the water knows how gently to call you back, and the sea still takes your name softly through the tide. And if your path returns someday, you'll find I never left your side. But if your steps choose to remain far beyond this ocean's claim, then let it be.